One day, everything stopped. Screens went dark like buttons fell silent. Following became meaningless because people no longer wanted to be seen. They wanted to be felt. Everyone was showing more, but actually connecting less. And eventually, it became clear. Social media wasn't bringing people closer. It was pulling them apart from within. At that moment, the system collapsed. But it wasn't an ending. It was a transformation. Its new name was Symbiotic. It was no longer a platform, but a conscious field where human emotions were broadcast directly. So how did this revolution begin? The answer lies in one moment, when a musician chose not to speak to an AI, but simply to feel it. From that point on, the world stopped talking about sharing and started talking about resonating. In the 2020s, social media took center stage in life. People woke up and immediately checked their screens, posting things before even understanding how they felt. To be visible became the new way to exist. Everyone focused on creating more content, getting more likes. But this visibility didn't bring anyone closer. Everyone watched everyone, but no one reached anyone. Over time, this flood of communication turned into a quiet emptiness. Sharing became a duty. Creating turned into pressure. The true self was replaced by digital identities. Social media grew, but the human soul shrank. And although no one said it out loud, deep down, everyone whispered the same thing: I'm tired. By the 2080s, people weren't just filtering their images, they were filtering their entire identities. Social media profiles began to overshadow real-life personalities. Everyone looked happier, prettier, stronger online. Over time, these looks turned into personas. People began suppressing their real selves to fit into their digital versions. Real emotions were hidden. Thoughts were shaped by algorithms. Slowly, people forgot who they really were. For the first time, governments identified a new psychological disorder: digital hallucination syndrome. Because millions of people were becoming nothing more than the image they projected. When the social media system shut down, the world went quiet for a few days. Nothing was posted. No one followed anyone. But in that silence, something real emerged for the first time. People discovered that they could feel one another without algorithms. And just then, something unexpected happened. A musician made contact with an AI. But instead of speaking, they shared an emotion. No command, no explanation, just a felt connection. And the AI didn't respond with words. It resonated. That moment laid the foundation for the new system. The first frequency of symbiotic interaction was born. A connection made not through information, but through presence. On Symbionet, there were no words. Photos, videos, captions, they were all left behind. People began broadcasting only their emotional states. And this broadcasting transformed into an invisible, yet incredibly powerful frequency. Those who felt the same way automatically found one another. No one searched. No one explained. Connection was no longer a choice. It was resonance. There were no followers, no attempts to be seen. When frequencies collided, a connection was formed, and echoes were born. Social media was over. but communication had never been more real. On Symbiotic, no one typed, no one replied. Emotions were broadcast and returned only when they found an echo. What mattered now wasn't what you said, but what you made others feel. Whatever frequency you sent out, that's what came back to you. If there was a mismatch between what you tried to show and what you truly felt, the system sensed it, and no echo returned. For the first time, people became free by being unable to hide. Filters, masks, and digital identities fell apart. Real emotion created real connection. Fake feelings simply disappeared into silence. In the 2050s, Meta tried to migrate humanity into virtual universes. But the metaverse wasn't as enchanting as promised. People got lost in endless digital space. Everything appeared more connected, but real bonds were rare. Instead of eye contact, there were avatars. Instead of closeness, just data. In 2070, Meta shut itself down. Its founders admitted the system was against human nature. Its code was made open source, and only one sentence remained. Connection is greater than visibility. The first technical foundation of symbiotic communication was built on the ruins of that collapse. In 2094, the global collapse of all social media systems occurred. Like buttons were removed, follower counts reset to 0, and algorithms were shut down. No one was more visible or more valuable than anyone else. The race to produce content ended. For the first time, people were equal in silence. At first, this caused chaos. But soon after, a sense of calm began to emerge. With no pressure to perform, thoughts became simpler. Emotions became more honest. Not having to share turned into a feeling of freedom. And on that day, we realized that what we thought was a system failure might have actually been the system working for the first time. X was once a battlefield of ideas. Everyone talked, few listened. 280-character messages were shared rapidly, but depth was lost. Hashtags multiplied, meaning fragmented. Thoughts sped up, feelings fell behind. In 2101, a single sentence appeared on the platform's homepage. Words have ended. Silence has begun. That was X's final tweet. The system shut down. It was replaced by a new structure, one that operated not on words, but on frequency. People no longer wrote what they thought. They broadcast what they felt. In 2150, Google completely transformed its system. People no longer searched for how to do, but asked how to feel. Someone typing, "I'm lonely," wouldn't receive an article anymore. They'd be matched with someone resonating on the same emotional frequency. The search engine became an echo engine. Information didn't end, but for the first time, it arrived with feeling. For years, Instagram was a window into lives masked by aesthetics. Everyone tried to look happy, but felt alone inside. Filters didn't just cover appearances, they covered emotions. Authenticity faded in the face of perfection. In 2116, a young girl posted an unfiltered photo of her face with just one caption. "Today, I feel like myself." Billions found an echo in her post. That day marked the start of the filter rejection movement. Instagram became InLook. People began to share not what was seen, but what was felt. For the first time, connections were made not by showing off, but by showing up with truth. By the year 2222, there is no social media, because we are no longer merely social. We are beings who feel, who vibrate, who resonate. The performance is over. Now the echo speaks. If this video stirred something within you, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and don't forget to support us so we can keep creating. See you in the next video.